Teddy Swims, Lose Control here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura. Hope you are having yourself an awesome, awesome morning. Welcome to it, Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Not to brag, not to boast, but Laura, you know what I got to say this morning?
You know the Tigers won again.
Yeah!
You know the Tigers won again. Right. You know the Tigers won again.
I guess you finally proved you were not a bad luck charm for the Detroit Tigers or any Detroit team, and you're now allowed to go to Lions games again. Because I'm telling you, yesterday I had the thought to myself when you posted in your story that you were there that if they lost last night, I was banning you from any Lions games until they make it to the Super Bowl because you're not ruining this for us. But now, actually, you could go. Congrats.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could go tonight. It's going to be, we'll talk more about that in the Need to Know News. The Tigers could actually win it all, so that'd be kind of cool. But
crazy.
It was so fun. Don't worry, though. There was some losing involved. I did go to the casino.
Oh, so you did. So there was one place. How much did you lose?
I'm not talking about that right now.
What? No?
I'm not talking about it.
All right, we'll bring it up later.
No, we won't.
Oh, no, that bad?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I don't gamble that often. But when I do, I lose big.
Well, you know,
bigly.
Someone had to lose big, and at least it wasn't the Tigers. I'm glad your wallet took that hit.
Yeah, it was so fun though, Laura. I don't know if you've ever been to a concert or a sporting event where the atmosphere was just like euphoric, but it was one of the greatest crowd. Not even because it was loud. You just felt happy. It felt blissful being there.
Oh yeah, well you're just part of such a moment in history. You know, this is such a big thing, and for the Tigers to come out of nowhere and get to do this, it's. I mean, my husband, we were looking at tickets and everything. He was like, "You realize like 3 weeks ago we could have seen the Tigers for like $7, and now it's like they're in the playoffs, like about to win. Like holy crap, this is just good for them. Detroit deserves this for how much crap Detroit as a city gets from everyone else outside of Detroit. You know what? I hope we take 2 national championships this year between the Tigers and the Lions. Come on. It's the year for Detroit. I believe in us.
They got a late game tonight, so we'll be tired for sure tomorrow. But it's fun to kick things off on a positive note. I'd love to know how your day is going. Hey, check in with us right now, 616-600-0957, or give us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. How is your Thursday morning? Or maybe it's about to wrap up your Thursday night going. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Oh, wait. This is not the proper music. Somebody please fix this. Thank you.
You know the Tigers won again.
Yeah! You know the Tigers won again.
You know the Tigers won again. Come on. Because all we do is win.
The Detroit Tigers, oh my goodness. Yes, they won again. It was so fun to check everything out at Comerica Park. They took on the Guardians yesterday. It was game number 3, and they ended up setting an attendance record. The Tigers did 44,000, almost 45,000 people were there for this playoff game, which is a record.
Insane. Thinking about the fact that like 3 weeks ago, you could have gotten tickets for like $10. So the fact that many people showed up, like good for the Tigers. They deserve it.
Yeah, because it was like a 1 or 2% chance that it'd even make it. Then here they are. So I love that. So they got a big win yesterday, 3-0, and the Tigers have not allowed the Guardians to score a run either in 20 innings. So that is pretty impressive. Now, if the Tigers win tonight, they play at 6:00. They will advance to the American League Championship Series, where the most likely either take on it'll be the Yankees or the Royals. So go Tigers! Let's get the win tonight. Let's go Tigers! All right.
I would love to see the Yankees lose as a former Boston person. So
I think we all want to see that one.
Yeah, that would be amazing. All right, so things that are not so amazing, but we obviously have to talk about it. Hurricane Milton is far from done with Florida, despite a long night of extreme winds and storm surge. Obviously, it's all still developing. We're letting you know the most we know right now. Before Milton made landfall last night, though, it spawned more than a dozen tornadoes, and at least one of those was blamed for the storm's first death. Crazy that much weather is just happening. Like, can you imagine you're already panicking about this hurricane, and then all these tornadoes rolling through on top of it?
Yeah, it's just so many things on TikTok I was watching last night because people that did have power or whatever they would live stream just to see things firsthand. It is. You can't even comprehend it.
It's devastating. And just speaking of people out there, more than 3 million homes and businesses are in the dark as of 4 a.m. this morning in Florida. That accounts for nearly 1 in 4 people in the state. So 1 in 4 people in the state of Florida right now does not have power. Wow. That is probably only going to get worse over the upcoming hours.
You know what I'm wondering about? Not even kidding, but this is one thing you might have seen on TikTok. Have you seen this guy, Lieutenant Dan, they're calling him?
I went to look. The last update I could find was at like overnight his boat was not looking great.
Some guy's like, yeah, I'm going to stay here. You know, God told me to be here. And I'm like, dude, please get out.
Don't.
Even the mayor, everybody.
The police, the Weather Channel went to him and was like, please get out of this boat. So I hope he makes it. But either way, we're thinking of everybody down there. And obviously, if you have any friends, loved ones, anybody out there that has info, please let us know what's going on and feed that to us via DM in the Mix 95.7 app.
And for your final need to know news story, we're going to get a little lighthearted. We're also going to head to the north. We're going to Canada, where a man broke a world record by eating almost 2.5 pounds of sriracha sauce in 3 minutes. This is Mike Jack talking about what he calls his superpower.
You know, a lot of people say your butt must burn a lot after you did that challenge, right? And I've actually never experienced burn butt before. It's a genetic mutation. Like it's like my superpower, I guess, right?
Wow. I mean, I had chili that I made the other night, and I'm still dealing with burn butt.
Not a superpower, sir. You're just a freak of nature. And you know what? A little jealous that you can eat that much hot sauce, because I also don't have the problem of air quote burn butt most of the time, but my tummy hurts at the idea of having that much hot sauce in it. So you can keep that, sir. Thank you.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. It's Big Joe and Laura and myself, Big Joe. I'm kind of curious, how many times has your pet been to the emergency vet?
Can I be honest? 0. I mean, she's been to the vet for things that it felt sort of emergency-ish, but there was no emergency fee or emergency expedition. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it totally does. Like Benny and Paddington have been to the vet, like the regular vet, plenty of times because they break they haven't done it in a while. They used to break their nails all the time.
Oh no, yeah, little Tulip. She's just dramatic about things. So James would get upset, and like one time we paid $300 because she was upset about her toenails, and we thought she'd like hurt her ACL or something because she was hobbling around.
Right,
and she
that's
just
scary.
Like, no, my toenails are a little longer than I like, so I'm just being dramatic about it. So yeah, that cost us $300, but that's the closest we've gotten to the sun.
Okay, well, let me tell you what happened here. Lindsay, my wife, had to take Benny and Paddington to the emergency vet office again last night, kind of early this morning. Her and I both got home late. I went to the Tigers game yesterday with my buddy Jeff. She went and saw Beetlejuice and had a good time in Grand Rapids. And when I got home, I'm like, oh no, there was stuff all over the floor. Usually it's like toilet paper or some whatever they eat, like who cares? But this was actual things that they should not have. There was a sample bag. Lindsay, my wife, works at Meijer, and there was food in there from different vendors and stuff. And she put it on the counter. But our dogs, I swear, they can get to anything. They actually, I've seen them. They mountain climb on the side.
Do they have like the little sticks and they're like helping people get up? Have they done Everest yet?
Yeah, actually Kilimanjaro.
Okay.
They've climbed it all. So my point is, my dogs can get anywhere anytime. So we try to hide stuff and put it away so that they can't get it. But apparently it was good enough. Benny, we saw him on camera, pull it down, and he starts eating. Inside of there was chocolate. There was like a type of rice. But the thing was too, chocolate-covered raisins. And I didn't realize
That's like the worst combination of things for
Correct.
dogs.
Correct. That can it's either their kidney or liver. It can shut it down. Yeah, it can create kidney failure within like 24, 48 hours. Oh. So, yeah, gosh, once again, Lindsay going last night, just sad, crying. I don't blame her. I'm tired. I'm being like, oh, my God, I got to go to bed. I got to work. She took them in to the emergency vet, and we didn't know if Patty had any or not. We did this before when they ate a pound of chocolate when we came back from Costa Rica.
Yeah, back in like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so we should know better. I'm not even blaming my wife, but our dogs, if they can get into it, if it's possible, they'll do it. And yeah, we had to get their stomachs pumped back then. And at that time, Benny was the culprit. Patty didn't do anything, but he had to go back there and they forced him to vomit.
Yeah, because better safe than sorry.
Well, guess what happened this time around?
Oh no, did Patty get blamed again?
Yes, Lindsay sent me a text this morning at 1:45. Once again, Patty had to puke only to be proven innocent. And I guess Benny's going to be at the emergency vet now for 24 hours for monitoring.
You know what? Patty deserves a cheeseburger, a ride around, and a long walk because he didn't do anything wrong. And that's the second time that you made him puke. And that's just like, that's mean. That can't be a good time for a little guy. He's just like, hey, I'm here vibing and having a good what? Like, it can't be a good time.
He's like, why do you hate me? So I'm hoping that like it's not that bad, but I'm curious if these are our dogs and our experience, and we try our best. I know it sounds like we don't, that we've been to the ER vet twice for this and had to get their stomachs pumped because they're just garbage cans and they eat everything. I'm wondering how many times have you actually had to go take your pet to the emergency room?
Specifically for the same thing, if you could do that.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
If not the same thing, fine. But like if they've gone like 3 times for the same thing, we would love to hear from you this morning. At least You had to pay a lot of money. Let's vent about it. 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM right now in the Mix 95.7 app.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are asking you to call us at 616-600-0957, or you can DM in the Mix 95.7 app and tell us how many times have you had to take your pet to like the emergency vet because they hurt themselves or ate something they shouldn't have. Last night, or I guess early this morning, actually, like 1:30, my wife Lindsay had to take our dog Benny and Patty in again because they jumped on the counter. They got some food like chocolate-covered raisins or something. Lindsay got a sample from work to bring in and to taste, and that can kill dogs.
Absolutely. Not only the chocolate, but the raisins. It's like a double-edged sword there. So obviously, you may never financially recover.
Oh, I won't. We're broke.
You're done. So we wanted to know, how many times have you had to take your pets to the ER, specifically maybe even for the same thing? 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM in the Mix 95.7 app. We got Melinda in Sand Lake. How many times have your pets been to the vet?
Twice. Well, the two different dogs.
Okay.
One, I had a Pomeranian, and I was holding him, and he got excited that he wanted to play with another dog and jumped. And when he jumped, he fell and broke his little bone in the one little part of his paw because it's so small.
Oh, I know. That must have been like falling like from like 100 feet. It must have felt like.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. And he had to have a cast. He had to have pain meds, everything. And the way that it broke was not just a regular fracture. It was weird. The vet said because it was like just one of his toes, like, and it was crazy because it was overnight, and I'm like, how did he do that? Just by jumping, falling out of my arm? Well, not falling, but jumping out of my arms.
Right.
And then the other time was my pit bull. My friend, it was after the Super Bowl party. My friend had put the bowl of wings on the stove, and Coco got up on the thing and ate the whole bowl of chicken wings.
Oh my God.
Sounds like Tulip.
So later that night, we tried to feed him, and he wouldn't eat or drink nothing.
Oh.
So we're like, okay, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh my God, he ate all these chicken wings. So we had to take him to the emergency vet to have his stomach pumped, to have multiple enemas to try to get him to poop because they didn't want the bones to get it stuck into his intestines and everything. They kept him 3 days to make sure that they got all of it out before it would bond up and hurt him. And once they got all of that down, he devoured everything. He was devouring everything because when he did it, you know, this is a 135-pound pit bull.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got a littler one, and she's a tank.
And when he goes, he wants to go and play and everything. He's in 4-paw drive.
Yep.
He was not having it. Other than that, I just had to take with my raccoon because I don't know what he got into. He's
a raccoon. He gets into everything.
Yeah.
Wait, you have a pet raccoon?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, how cute.
Oh,
What's
my
his name?
gosh.
Well, I'm from the South, so we can have wildlife animals. Up here, I have a raccoon, and one of my neighbors happened to see it when he was a baby in the bay window, and she was like knocking on the door. She goes, oh my God. She goes, you have is that a raccoon or a cat? I said, well, I do have a cat that's black and gray, just like him, but no, that's a raccoon. She was so flabbergasted.
Okay, what part of the South are you from?
I am from Georgia, South Carolina area.
Okay, I'm from Kentucky. I was like, I know lots of people with raccoons. So I was like, where are you from near where I'm from?
and then she was like, did you know that it's illegal in Michigan? I said, well, nobody needs to come in my house and know what's in there. So.
I feel like you and Laura are now best friends, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. We are Big Joe and Laura with Big Joe's Little Wins. You can call in and share your little win. That is anything that makes you happy, makes you feel good, something positive, good in your life. We want to hear about it and then share it with everybody else. 616-600-0957. My little win is that I was good luck. I'm telling you, Laura, I was the reason the Tigers won yesterday. I got to go to the game, and it was such a fun time at Comerica Park.
I'm just glad they didn't lose. I think that's the little win because you've had a bad luck streak of seeing Detroit teams lose when you actually show up. So I'm happy for you that it was a beautiful day and you got to see them win in an incredible way.
All right, let's say good morning to Jen in Otsego. Hey, you got a little win this morning?
Well, I have a little win to share. After 7 years of dating my boyfriend, the kids are finally looking at me as a mom to them and asking me to be in pictures and sitting chit-chatting with me. And I'm finally feeling more like a mom than I ever have.
Oh, Jen.
That's a big win.
That's a long time, though, too, as well. 7 years to kind of get them to, like, quit being turds and, like, love you and accept you.
They were just at that age, though, when we started dating and being together. And then COVID threw us all in the same house together. So it was kind of a rough start, but it's winning.
Well, you know, sometimes it takes time to really grow and love people. And the fact that they let you in, no matter how long it took, is just, that's the important part. And I'm just so happy for you because I feel like that's fulfilling not only for you as the person who loves and cares about them, but for them, too, to have another adult in their life that they trust well enough to let you in like that. That's super special, Jen.
Yes, I'm very excited.
You should be.
What was it like? Like, what was the first thing that they kind of did? You're like, oh my gosh, I think
I'm in the club.
Yeah, we're getting along here.
One of the kids shared some secrets with me that it was one of those that I won't tell your dad. Feel free to talk to me if you need to. And now she'll come up to my room and sit on my bed while I'm working and chit chat with me. And then her twin brother has asked me to be in the pictures for his games when he's doing games. And so those were my two big moments that, yeah, we're finally there.
That's awesome. Good for you. I'm so excited for you, Jen. And I think that's such a big win. And I hope that those relationships just continue to grow and flourish. And we're just rooting you on at this point.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, what is the little win in your life that we can celebrate and share, just like Jen and Otsego did this morning? Think of it and call us and share it. 616-600-0957. Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. It's Big Joe and Laura, and if it's safe to do so, I want you to look into your phone right now, your contacts, and see if there's any weird names in there you're like, who the heck is what? How'd I save this? We bring this up because the other night on Jimmy Kimmel, you had a VP candidate, Tim Walz, on there, and he talked about how Kamala Harris, when he got her number, they said, give it some kind of a weird name so people don't know what it is.
May I ask, how do you have the vice president listed in your contacts?
My dry cleaner.
Is it really? Is that right?
Yes. So
my dry
me
cleaner.
to come up with something. It's all I could think of. So.
Yeah, probably gonna have to change that now. But I mean, that makes sense. You're not gonna put in there, especially if you're higher up. You wouldn't put like somebody's, like if you're friends with Eminem, for example.
Yeah, no.
You're not gonna have like Eminem or Marshall Mathers. You're gonna put somebody else.
No, I guess I wouldn't have thought of that. Like I'm sitting here going through my phone contact list to see like if I have anybody. And I have one contact in my phone right now that I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what this could possibly be.
What is it?
Mr. B vaccine. It's an 800 number, 844 number. I have no idea. I got my vaccines at Walgreens anytime I did that back in the COVID pandemic.
Mr. B does it for half off, though. He's got the good deal.
Yeah. Well, most people, I'll list you by like what you do because in our industry, we meet a lot of people that work in places. And so if I put you in my phone as Mary, I'm never going to remember Mary from where I met you. So like half of my contacts are things like Jesse front desk or Candace tours around Michigan or...
Okay, yeah, like our good friend Candace. No, okay.
Yeah, it's just Andy Ultra, Ulta, who does my hair. Like, that's how I remember. I know who you are, except for Chief Eric Windstrom. I have fully, the rest is full.
You're like, do not pick up, I'm in trouble.
Do not pick up, I'm in trouble if he's calling.
Now, okay, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people might be able to relate to this one. 616-600-0957. We'd like to hear the story behind that weird name contacting your phone. Back in the day, Ionia used to be hopping, Laura, before you moved here. Like, that used to be one of the big bar spots. Now, of course, you got other places in Grand Rapids. But that's where I used to spend a lot of my 20s when I first moved to Grand Rapids. And I was, like, able to drink and hang out.
Sure.
And I used to meet so many different people. And, yeah, I might make out, do something. I wasn't a man-ho per se, but had a good time. And I remember I used to save girls like Susie at McFadden's.
Oh, no.
I tried because, I had a good time that night, and I don't necessarily remember it the next morning. So I'm trying to recall, like, who these people are, what I did, what our context was. And, I just would label them usually whatever the interaction might have been. Or be like, Becky with the big booty. I don't know, just something to remember the person.
I used to have an X in my phone as, if you answer this, you're a moron.
That's a good one.
So, I mean, I think there's a few of those out there in the world, or some choice words like not nice lady, or things like that. So I'm like, don't answer these people. So we want to know, what's the weirdest contact name in your phone, or what are you calling people? Maybe it's a nice name, 616-600-0957, or you can send us a DM right now at the Mix 95.7 app.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Probably sometime in your life you saved a contact in your phone. You're like, how did I come up with this name? And you don't even know who they are. We want to hear about those names. Share those with us right now. 616-600-0957.
Jill in Sand Lake, what's the weird name in your phone?
Okay, it's not good.
Oh, no.
And I have no idea where I got it from, but it's in my phone as P. Diddy.
No.
Don't go to any parties they invite you to. You cannot go.
Well, hold on.
I don't know, but I don't even know when I got it. I don't know what party I was at. I don't know if it was in state, out of state. I don't know.
I was like, what's the area code?
917.
Look that up real quick. 917 area code.
917 area code.
I don't think that's a Michigan area code.
I don't think it is either.
Do you think?
New York City.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
What if it is Diddy? Did you find yourself with a large amount of baby oil recently?
Yeah, I was going to say, have you been to any
not at all.
strange massages?
No, but I was scrolling through my phone one day and it popped up and I'm like, who the hell's P. Diddy?
Oh, that's so funny to me.
I'm scared to call it.
Oh, no, you definitely should one day. I mean, maybe not right now because he's in a lot of trouble, but like when he's for sure in jail,
well,
so
I know,
you know it's not
him for sure. Yeah, I know it's him, not for him for sure, but I don't know why I put it in my phone as P. Diddy.
It's still so funny.
I feel like we need to get the number from you and then call them and be like, hey.
Who are you? What do you do in life?
Yeah.
He's like, it's the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y.
Yeah. Also, are you my lawyer? Because I'm
D.
not supposed to talk to strangers on the phone right now.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? We don't have an answer for you, but we appreciate you sharing that weird contact.
Yeah,
Which is amazing.
Maybe I'll call you or drop it in your guys' DM and give you a phone number.
Please do.
Please do. You're the best. Thanks for calling this morning. Be safe on your trip in.
Thank you. You guys have a good day.
Linda in Fruitport, what did you want to say? What's your contact?
We have a nickname for my granddaughter's father. I have it written out in my phone, but she has it abbreviated as DB. And yeah.
DB, huh?
DB. Yeah, we know what that is. You know that. Yeah, you know what that is.
I'll say it. Deadbeat Daddy.
Oh no, that's a nice version. No. This one stands for big.
Oh. I mean, listen, it can be both. It can be both.
Yeah.
You know, that's nicer than some people I know that have a baby daddy or an ex in their phone. So honestly, like just DB, that's pretty claws off. I appreciate it.
Do you ever get your phone ringing and it's like, oh, there's DB again?
DB's calling again.
Yeah, she goes with him every other weekend, so he checks her phone, so she couldn't write it out, his number, because she recognizes the number, so she had to abbreviate so he couldn't see it.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh my gosh, thanks for calling this morning, Linda. Have a great morning.
You too.
Thanks, bye.
Hi, this is Dylan, and we're calling from Lake Odessa.
Hey, good morning. Do you got a contact in your phone? Kind of a funny name?
Goggle Lady.
Why?
I don't even know.
Do you know who it is?
I don't remember.
So, when did you just now look in your phone and find this, or have you been wondering about this for a minute?
Well, I just looked in and found it.
I'm glad we're making people reevaluate their contact list this morning.
So, Goggle Lady, do you think it's maybe somebody that was at like a swimming pool or the beach?
Yeah, I was like, did you buy goggles recently?
No.
No. I was like, or a motorcycle, like sunglasses, goggles.
You got to do us a favor. You got to call Goggle Lady or Goggle Guy, and you got to tell us who it is. Give us a call back.
Like, how do I know you?
No.
Or if you get brave, we already offered this to someone else. Send it to us in a DM, and we'll call them and figure out who they are for you.
This podcast is sponsored by IQ Bar.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's say good morning to David in Grand Rapids.
Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Kind of excited. We're building up that Michigan lottery ticket jackpot to over $40 for the first time in a week or so. Do you think you could take me out?
I don't know. I hope so. It depends on how tough the questions are.
All right. Put all the pressure on me. I see how it is, David. Go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio.
Go take a walk, Laura.
All right, she's walking on out, and I'm going to give you your first question here, David. Which Kitchen Nightmare celebrity chef is also a judge on Master Chef?
Pass.
Question 2, what is the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly called?
Metamorphosis.
Question 3, how many syllables are there in the word Mississippi?
Pass.
Question 4, what Disney show did a young Christina Aguilera appear on in the 90s?
Pass.
Question 5, who is the main character in the TV show Breaking Bad?
I don't know. Pass.
All right, here we go with question 1 again. Which Kitchen Nightmare celebrity chef is also a judge on Master Chef?
I don't know. Gordon Ramsay.
Question 3 again. How many syllables are there in the word Mississippi?
4.
Question 4, which Disney show did a young Christina Aguilera appear on in the 90s?
I don't know.
Okay. Question 5, who is the main character in the TV show Breaking Bad?
I can think of a Saul, but that's not it.
Say it again?
Saul.
Okay. I'm going to bring Laura in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
David in Grand Rapids, while Laura's making her way back in here, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, lived in Grand Rapids about 25 years. I've got 3 kids, 2 dogs, 3 cats, and 2 rabbits.
Holy cow.
You have a whole zoo.
Yeah, you got a packed place.
Yes, we do. My youngest wants to be a veterinarian when she grows up.
Well, she's going to be well prepared for sure.
Yes.
All right, Laura, let's see if you got a shot today against David in Grand Rapids. He was able to get 3 out of 5 right.
All right, let's see how tough these questions really were.
Question 1. Which Kitchen Nightmare celebrity chef is also a judge on Master Chef?
Oh, my favorite of all. That would be Gordon Ramsay.
Good job. You would have missed that. I would have called you an idiot sandwich.
I would have been an idiot sandwich for that.
1-1 going into question 2. What is the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly called?
Metamorphosis.
Correct. 2-2. Question 3. How many syllables are there in the word Mississippi?
Mississippi. 4.
Correct. The score now 3-3. Going into question 4. What Disney show did a young Christina Aguilera appear on in the 90s?
Disney show. She was on, what's that show called? Clubhouse. Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse? Oh, what was that show called? I don't remember. I'll put that in as my answer. I know I'm wrong.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is correct.
What? Oh, no. It just sounded wrong to me for some reason. Oh, okay.
Laura's taking a 4-3 lead. The final question here. Who is the main character in the TV show Breaking Bad?
Walter White.
That is correct. I also would have took Bryan Cranston, but Walter White's the character.
Obviously.
All right. Well, you know what, David in Grand Rapids, it's tough to beat Laura when she goes 5 for 5.
I'm so sorry, David.
Oh, no. That's okay. Those last two killed me.
They were hard.
Well, hey, David in Grand Rapids, since you lost, you know what you have to do, right?
Hey, this is David in Grand Rapids, and Laura can't lose.
You could be like David and try to take me on. Our Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot up to $45. Give us a call, 616-600-0957.
It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. And Laura, you were asking for suggestions this morning?
Yes, it is fall. Obviously, those leaves are getting crunchy and turning colors and falling off the tree. And so my little guy is almost 1 year old. This is his first real fall because he was barely around last year, so we don't count it. And I'm trying to think of activities we could do as a family, fun fall things. And I thought that I was like the fall expert because, man, I love myself a good pumpkin spice latte. I'm all about Halloween and decorating early. But last night, my husband was actually carving a pumpkin for something he's doing for a video. And long story short, he was making a jack-o'-lantern. And I was like, we didn't do that growing up. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I never carved a pumpkin until I was in my mid-20s and did it for radio. So, I never did it in a family context.
That blows my mind. You've never, wow.
No, we just did, pumpkins weren't really a huge thing down south because they're harder to grow and so it was expensive. We didn't go to the pumpkin patch necessarily. We did tons of fall things. I never felt like I missed out on anything, but I had that realization of holy crap, I really missed out on this experience growing up, and I don't want that for my son. So I just want to know, what's the one thing you have to do every single fall? 616-600-0957 or send me a DM in the Mix 95.7 app, especially here in West Michigan, because I don't know a lot of the go-to places other than the obvious places. We're a real big fan of Ed Dunenbach and Girls Farm. I go every year for the giant pumpkin smash. Oh, yeah. You know about this thing, right?
Yeah.
For those who don't, they take a crane and they lift a 1,000-pound pumpkin up into the air 10, 20 stories. It's super high up there. And they drop it on a car and smash a car. And let me tell you, if you got a little dude in your life, he is going to lose his mind. Or if you're like me and you just love demolition derbies and stuff, one of the coolest ways to enjoy a car getting destroyed in the middle of the fall.
I'm wondering, because I feel like one thing I would recommend that's always, it can be fun or stressful depending on how it goes, is a corn maze. And there's so many around here, but he's so young. He's only a year old or so that I don't think that's necessarily the best idea.
Yeah, no, I think he would he can't even walk. Although we could push him in the stroller to the corn maze,
but maybe an apple orchard or something. You go to the apple orchard, you get to ride along in a little wagon. It's he just gets to sit there and look at everything and see. That might be it, but that's all I can really think of. So hopefully we can get you some suggestions.
Yeah, so what's the one thing you have to do every single fall? Give us a call, 616-600-0957, or send us a DM right now in the Mix 95.7 app.